Yo, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's that?
Nothing much, dude. I am excited to be back.
It's good to be back.
It's freaking awesome to be back. And
Freaking
you know what's
Abe, dude, going on vacation again. Just
Oh,
so
yeah.
crazy.
This one was not my fault. This one was not my
ridiculous?
fault.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Hate to see it, man. He's just out there
Jesus.
having too much fun.
You know what just this random, super random, so bear with me. You know SpongeBob, okay?
Yeah, I'm with you so far.
SpongeBob, he's probably the most positive guy, I would say. He's one of the most positive characters ever.
He's
Just
up
always
there.
in a good mood, right?
Yep. Always sees the bright side of things.
So now that I think more about it, you remember that one episode where they're like, well, what are you doing today? And he's like, let me check my schedule. And he freaking rolls it out. He's like, go to work, 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 go to work. And it was all just go to works. And he was still happy as a clam.
Mm.
And so now when people think about
Underwater
that
joke.
and they and they bring that up and they're like, I'm like SpongeBob, dude, like go to work, go to work. I'm like, yeah, but dude, SpongeBob was positive about it. He loved it. He loved what he was
making
doing.
burgers, bro.
Love making burgers. Like you're over here talking like it's a bad thing. Like you're not like SpongeBob.
Someone said this to you.
Yeah, I was like, don't claim to be like, don't use that joke, dude, because you're using it incorrectly.
You know what they did?
What did they do?
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
They soiled it, dude.
Soiled it.
That's crazy. That's unlucky.
I mean, some people just don't get it.
No, they don't get it. That's all right.
It's just,
Well,
I like where your head's at, bro. I'm gonna be honest. To start the app, I'm with you. We are
Let's
locked
go,
in,
dude.
dude.
Go to work, go to work, go to work, go to work.
I like it.
So we're back. We ready, dude?
Ben.
oh, we're back.
I'm excited. I know we got some heaters to talk about today.
Surely.
Oh, we do.
Surely.
Oh, we
All
do.
right. Well, then let's freaking get into it.
We got it.
Well, the internet is angy, and I mean
Mm.
angy. So roll the clip.
Roll the clip. Pissed, bro. So pissed.
They don't want their peas today.
Not today.
They're not peas.
Don't worry about that.
Well, so we're actually usually this is what are gamers angry about this week, and I called it on the title sheet. What are creators angry about? But this affects so many more people than that too, and that is because this has to do with a little company called Adobe.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
And
Okay.
Adobe, yeah, I don't know if you've heard of them. Adobe updated their EULA recently. And
For
in that
those people who don't know what that is. Everyone
that would
knows.
be
But
an end user license agreement. So essentially,
Yeah,
it's the agreement that
obviously.
you must accept to use their software.
okay.
So they made an update to their EULA last week, and that update was not only well, and we'll get into the content of it, but it was also very disruptive in that you had to accept it to be able to even use the app, and it booted people out of the app while they were using it. Okay, so people, movie producers use this, lawyers, financial advisors, content
It booted
creators.
while they pushed that live.
They
so
could
that
no
people can
longer
accept
use it. Correct.
Okay.
And you had to accept this to do anything in the application moving forward.
Okay.
And usually, you just hit those things and you move on. But they made some notes on their EULA update announcement that had some language in it that had people pretty pissed off.
You ever read one of those
All right.
songs?
I read every one of them, dude.
I knew you guys
All
did that.
you
Right
really?
for you.
100, all 100 pages of it.
That's what's up, man. Light
Well,
work.
what-
right after you finish the Odyssey.
Spark notes. What do we got? Why are they mad?
Well, the thing that caught most people's eyes, and basically what they wanted to clarify with this, and this was the statement that they wanted to clarify that we may access your content through both automated and manual methods, such as content review. And when you dig in closer to the actual language within the EULA, the line is solely for the purposes of operating or improving the services and software. You grant us non-exclusive, worldwide, royalty-free, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, publicly display, distribute, modify, create derivative works based on, publicly perform and translate the content. For example, we may sublicense our right to the content to our service providers or to other users to allow the services and software to operate with others, such as enabling you to share photos. What that line really is stating, though, is that they may access any of the content that you have in your Adobe content library. There's problems with this, obviously, that they could just access and do and have basically unmitigated access to any.
Well,
that's to start, yes.
what the fuck is that, dude?
Google it sometime. You better.
Google it.
I don't want to Google it, dude. Wait, let's get clear on something. You're saying the Adobe Content Library. What is that?
So that would be any content that you have created within the application itself. So here's their definition of content.
Well, no. I want to hear that for sure, but are you sure that the Adobe Content Library is any piece that goes into their software whatsoever? Now it becomes Adobe Content Library.
Yes, this is their direct definition of content. Content means any text, information, communication, or material such as audio files, video files, electronic documents, or images that you upload, import, embed for use, or create using the services and software.
Yeah, so, okay, I hear you. That's content. But in their EULA, does it say in the Adobe Content Library, like, that part is confusing me a little bit because they have a cloud that like some people don't use. If it's in the cloud, is it fair game for them, or literally
it's considered part of their services and software? This line in the EULA would mean that it's considered content by their definition.
Anything that goes into any app, any Adobe app whatsoever.
That is what their EULA is. Their EULA is also being criticized for being a little vague, I think.
Yeah, that sounds vague to me, but all right. So let's keep going.
So unmitigated access basically to any of the content within the Adobe platform. That also means that if you're somebody that's working in some of those professions I noted, like a lawyer or a financial advisor, that there's, that are using it for e-signature reasons, something like that, there's incredibly detailed personal information and details about estates and trusts and things that are meant to be kept private on purpose. Not to mention, if you are a content creator of some kind or you're doing work in the software that has an NDA attached to it.
Yep.
And once again, a non-disclosure agreement for people that are unfamiliar with the term, that gives them full access to get into anything you're working on that might be under NDA, which is also not very good by any means to give anybody that kind of unfiltered access.
Well, and so I think you touched on it, Adobe Acrobat. It's like a PDF. Everyone uses that to do PDFs and stuff like that. That's a lot of contract stuff right there. Who knows? Maybe the NDA that they're violating was also created in Adobe Acrobat. Like what?
Could have been.
There's so many.
Odds are high.
Okay.
So this is obviously a huge potential risk of privacy issues and also content theft and things like that they could gain access to. But once again,
it's not theft if you agree to this.
Well, exactly, which is why people don't want to agree to it. But then once again, you're bricked from accessing any of their services and software unless you accept the new agreement terms.
Yep.
So much to say that you can't even go in and cancel your subscription without first agreeing to the terms and services. You can't open a support ticket without agreeing to the terms and services. So you're completely bricked out of moving forward with anything unless you sign this EULA.
I think this I'd like to understand it more. I trust that you are pushing it accurately to us. And that is absolutely absurd. So in the crazy case, right, there's a small creator who's making a funny bit. Or let's do this. Let's say Markstrom's sponsored by Voodoo Ranger, right? We make these great videos for Voodoo Ranger. And let's say Adobe decides, let's hit up Voodoo Ranger and maybe strike a $1 million deal. A little bit higher than the one that Markstrom has worked out with Voodoo currently.
We're close.
And then they're like, we already have all this Voodoo content. Let's just repurpose it and make a great commercial for them. out of all of Markstrom's content that he made so far. Like this, that's literally saying they can do that, and that's how I'm taking it, and that is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's obviously like a very boiled down, like niche example where, like creators may feel like their privacy is invaded. I obviously like don't expect anything like that to happen. This would allow for them to do that, but someone in the chat mentioned, and this is where my mind went immediately, is that because they have written it like this, it would allow them to sell everyone's content for AI learning and be able to build their own AI model as a result based on like the access of all of their content. So like they can legally feed and machine learn with everybody's stuff at any time without any potential down the road repercussions because everyone clicked yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's fair. I mean, that's true. That's what they can do. However, as a video editor, you create a video that say is about 1 minute long. From that, your timeline started at like maybe 20 minutes or an hour, and you have all this extra footage that you're not using. So yeah, they can train with that stuff as well. But in reality, anything you put out to the public anywhere, or maybe even not so public, is already getting trained. Like chat, did you sign a waiver to allow ChatGPT to get trained off of some of your stuff, or Midjourney to get trained off of some of your stuff, or DALL-E?
Well, I mean, that's the conversations that we used to have about, a lot of this original AI art once upon a time is like, okay, so it's spitting out basically bastardizations of existing artwork that was used to feed this model. And there was absolutely zero consent, obviously, given from the original creator, right? So it's like a lot of the, the moral quandary, the ethics of it comes down to what was the process for ascertaining the input, right? And so, I think that this allows them to never be able to be questioned on whatever they produce in the AI world as a result because of this.
Yeah, it's a bit more invasive.
You know what I mean?
A little more invasive than like how ChatGPT was trained or something like that, because a lot of this stuff that goes into Premiere Pro is not public. It doesn't see the light of day.
Right.
It's just throwaway stuff or keeping it for the vault. Right. Or maybe you're making a sex tape and, you want to keep it for privacy, and who knows? No one sees 90% of what goes into a...
You got to edit out your own rear glute spread. You know what I'm saying? You catch the wrong angle, and it's like, I don't want that in the finished product. But now all of a sudden, they have access to the whole kit and caboodle, if you catch my drift.
Jeez, the fruit basket. It's a huge... That is such an untapped vault. 90%, and maybe that's a big percentage, I'm being generous. 90% of what goes into a Premiere Pro file doesn't see the light of day.
Correct.
So ChatGPT is not getting trained on that stuff.
I put 2.5 hours into a project today for 3 shorts. So,
well, and like I said too, I am a former financial advisor, and when I was doing that job, we used Acrobat to do e-signature process for a lot of our documentation and forms. All those forms get stored in their cloud at some point. This would give them access to things like client socials, client bank account numbers. I mean, this is tons of data that we make sure is protected on our end and to the best of our ability. We didn't think we'd have to protect it from Adobe accessing it
or medical data. I mean, a whole other can of worms, right? So
yeah. And I brought it up on the screen, but you could see, I mean, they changed the language very subtly, but it went from "we will only access, view, or listen to your content" to "we may access, view, or listen to your content through both automated and manual methods, but only in limited ways." So they added those 2 lines to this. But I mean, through both automated and manual is pretty telling too. It means that they're giving their people just the right to go in there and look at your stuff as well.
Yeah, well, that happened at the NSA as well, and dudes were jerking their Gurgan to private cameras. That was a big thing back in the day. So now Adobe guys are going to be doing the same stuff when Markstrom puts his private videos in his timeline.
So true.
Like, but here's.
I've been in the gym though. I'm looking good. I feel good about it.
I can just, yeah, you do look good. I can just unplug my computer from internet and have another computer and just never hear about this EULA. I'll never be able to update. But I mean, I'm pretty up there. I think I have one of the most recent apps update wise. I think I'll be good for a while. Just run it on a no internet computer.
You gotta start using flash drives and shit that deliver to your clients.
To boot a bunch of these programs, don't you need Adobe Cloud first?
No.
Or Adobe Suite, and then that forces you to have internet access to log in to use? Because it's all creator license, right?
You download everything is already downloaded. I still haven't got hit up for it on mine. I just had Premiere opened. Still haven't got hit up for the EULA, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I easily could have just like clicked through it one day.
It happened last week.
I for sure did not click anything new. I know that 100%. So maybe it's taking its time to get to me. But right now, if I was to unplug Ethernet, nothing would happen. I wouldn't get any updates or anything like that. I'm not an expert on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I would never be able to update again.
I think it wouldn't let you use the program.
How?
Because you have to be logged in through Creative Cloud now, because it's all subscription based. It needs to check whether or not you have a subscription.
That's not yet. It knows you have a subscription based on your computer. I'm MacBook editing with no internet all the time. So it knows this computer has access. Now, sometimes when I add that third computer in and I'm internet bound, it says this is not one of your two computers. Sign out of one.
I got
Then if I were to sign in on a MacBook again with no internet, it wouldn't let me for sure. But if you're in and you don't disable
I didn't even think about the laptop angle, which I'm sure there are a lot of people who are just
100%.
editing on there.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be, you'd have to be like, there's no way. You're like, you got to be connected to the internet to edit, dude. A lot of editors would be like, all right, I guess I'm going to DaVinci because this is unheard of. I can't be doing this.
Shit, we
this
go back in time. Though. Sony Vegas, baby.
Sony Vegas. This is kind of crazy. I mean, AI is already invasive. This is super invasive, but is anyone surprised? Like, what are people going to do something about this?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, they have a monopoly on this industry. Like the other two that we just mentioned are somewhat niche cases.
Yeah.
So
well, and especially in the PDF space, I mean, it's almost virtually unheard of to use anything else,
right,
other than Adobe Acrobat. And they got a massive backlash from this on Twitter and all over the internet.
Rightfully
They're getting crushed for this. Rightfully so. This is disgusting.
Does the public have any leverage to change this? Probably not.
And on the other side of the coin, all of the creators are going, Adobe, when are you going to give us that update where AI can be involved and just generate clips for us, like crazily like good and look really good, and like delete that object on a tracked scene? Like, can you hurry up with that? Yeah, we're trying. And yeah, it's super invasive, but do you guys want this type of software or not? Like, because we could boost the timeline if you just give us all your data.
Wait until the creators realize that the minute that everyone has access to that, it's no longer cool to have that as far as your content. So,
well, and this was the statement essentially they put out on their blog, by the way. That's where they did this, but they reiterated basically that they are not going to train their Firefly Gen AI models on customer content. And they also said that they will never assume ownership of a customer's work. They made these statements. However, they did not amend the language in the EULA.
They can write whatever they want. That's not.
Yeah.
Also,
and this is just a blog post.
Also, that's still super vague.
Yeah.
The second one, we'll never assume ownership. We know we don't own it. You'll always get like a 2% royalty. Like that. It could literally be followed with that.
Well, exactly. They left a lot of gray area within the terms. That way they can put out this nice little, let's damage control. Let's put a statement out there that means nothing, that's on a blog on our site, and not actually update the problem, which is the EULA.
Written by Jim Bob, who's already been executed by Adobe.
Jim
Like, it's not a whole, you know what I mean?
What is?
No loose ends.
I wonder what Firefly is
Boeing
being
model.
trained on.
Yeah, the
Oh
Boeing
Jesus!
model.
Oh my God! I wonder what Firefly is being trained on. If it's not, it's still being trained on customer content. Just maybe not before it hits the public. Like what?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's weird
It's
too.
just a statement. They said they don't, but that they could just be doing it. They're allowed to now, according to the EULA.
What do we expect here? Like, do we expect them to backtrack any of this? Like,
No,
I
they
don't
have a
think
reason
so.
to. Not unless they have
No.
a reason.
No, dude.
It would take a
Everyone.
massive subscription cancellation in order for them to backtrack this. And as we said, there's just too many barriers to competitors to take over that market share. This ain't going anywhere. They're gonna do whatever the heck they want.
Abe, could you look up statistics on Final Cut Pro users versus Adobe Premiere users? I'm assuming it's absolutely blows Final Cut Pro out of the water because Final Cut is strictly Mac. But it's a really good software. But I'd like to see maybe even a chart of editing softwares: DaVinci, Final Cut,
That'd be interesting.
Sony Vegas. I don't even know if they're still updating that.
Everything's just giving me comparisons that I'm finding. It's not giving
No
me
chart, no user.
charts. No.
Okay. All right. Well, keep going. I want to do a quick search on my own over here. I got a good idea. I'm gonna chat GPT this shit.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
They say it's gonna learn off you. That's good. That's a good.
That's fine. So what is so? Are there tweets? Are people freaking out like in public? Like,
Yeah.
what's
and
the
I had,
sentiment?
I don't know what I lost one of the tweets I had. Hold on, I'll bring it back up. This was the original thing that caught my eye, and I bookmarked this too to come back to it. But as you can see, 79,000 likes, over 11 million views. But he's just basically, am I reading this right? I can't use Photoshop unless I'm okay with you having full access to anything I create with it, including NDA work. And he even went on to say, I can't even uninstall Photoshop unless I agree to these terms. Are you fucking kidding me?
That is impressive.
It's that's the part that's the craziest to me is you can't even get rid of the program without going through the EULA. Like, so even in that split little window between you doing that and uninstalling it, they have permission to access everything that you've created, all of your
Oh, that's
content, which is
true. They
wild.
could just have a program that sucks it in 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Okay, so
And I mean, this sentiment is what's been. I haven't seen any positive response to this from a single person. That's rare. Usually you'll get the Adobe stands are like, well, actually Adobe is providing a certain, but you don't even have any of that.
So I chat GPT'd it and it says, based on the latest data, and this could be false, who the frig knows. Based on the latest data, here's a breakdown of the most popular computer video editing softwares and their user percentages in 2024. Adobe Premiere Pro at number 1, obviously, with 27%. Final Cut with 20%. DaVinci Resolve with 18%. And then there's more in lessers. But those three are closer than I thought.
That's way closer than I thought it was.
It is
But
closer,
Adobe
but it's
Premiere
again
Pro-
that's video editing,
Yeah, it's just
editing.
video editing.
Adobe
yeah.
has the whole
which
suite.
is one
whole
of
suite.
10 like commonly used
more.
programs, right?
Yeah.
So
That is
Other than the built-in Microsoft browser-based PDF reader, can you name another PDF reader that you've ever used? Because I actually can't.
no, I use a PDF at once every like 8 years.
we do. I mean, for gaming industry, a lot of it is DocuSign,
Yeah.
which is all
Okay.
browser based,
Okay.
which is
All
nice
right.
not to be able to circumvent it because, to be honest, Acrobat is a pain in the ass a lot of the time.
If there's different versions, and like the free one doesn't let you do anything, and if you buy the Premiere one, whatever the frig it's called, it's pretty good. You can edit almost everything. You can move images around, and it's like a Photoshop almost. It's kind of wild, but
It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
actually a little scary because they're supposed to be secure documents, how much you can actually change.
no, you
in
can
the
when you
PDF
create a PDF, you can edit it or say don't let anyone edit it or put
Yeah,
a
you can lock
password
it.
on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, Adobe's taking over the world. You guys got Adobe stocks? I mean, that's what it comes down to. If we're
Just a humble paying customer.
okay, I've been at a few Adobe stuff. Everything I use, I invest in a little bit.
Smart.
Nvidia just did that split.
That's nice.
All right, so yep. I mean, that's Adobe, guys. I don't think it's going anywhere. And they do make great products. Do I approve of them sucking everyone's data?
Dry?
No, I don't. So I don't know what I can do about it though.
Nothing.
And they make a great product, so I'm not gonna die on that hill when everyone's already sucking data and at least they're telling you about it.
True and
Mhm.
real.
Accept and continue. Move on.
It's not the best outlook. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I hate that we're in that situation. That's very spineless activity, but it is literally a position where there's no other choices. And dang, what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Live the play another day.
What are you gonna do? All right. Next topic.
All right, I got a second little bonus. What are gamers angry about today? So I love going after these people, especially this game too. But we're going into the realm of Bethesda, our friends over at Bethesda,
Okay.
and their most recent futuristic RPG title, Starfield. And surprise, surprise, it sucks and it's continuing to suck. They just had a very hyped up update that they're putting out there that has a lot of their, like, they call it, I believe, the Starfield creation kit. That's going to allow users to, kind of do a workshop type thing, do mods and things like that for the game. Most people just use Steam Workshop for that, which is a much better application for it. But in this case, they have their own proprietary version that they're doing. And with that, they also put out just a big update to the title. In that new update to the title, they released a new series of missions that they call the Trackers Alliance. And that is putting in like bounty hunting style missions into the game. The problem with that is you do the first mission with the Trackers Alliance, and then you go to move on to the second mission to this much hyped update.
And you have to buy it.
It's paywalled.
I freaking knew it, dude. It's so predictable. I should be a game dev, dude.
There is literally one mission available in their new update, and then the second one is paywalled at the price tag of $7 for the individual mission.
I mean, how much is the game?
Well, if you actually buy this, that's it's good that you mentioned that, because I looked at some of the stats for it. If you actually just buy the premiere package of the title, so that's probably going to run you close to $80-$90 typically, is what you're seeing. That's like the collector's edition style upgrade to the game.
Yeah.
It costs an additional $35 on top of the base game, but that gives you access to their the full access to their pre-announced expansion, the Shattering Space expansion, skin packs, the soundtracks, digital art books, and you get 1,000 of their in-game currency, like their in-game shop currency, which is enough, coincidentally, to buy the new mission. So you can actually buy the new mission.
Okay. But that's if you buy the main thing.
But you're also getting
package.
you're getting all of that other stuff included. You're getting a full expansion. You're getting all these other things for $35. So, at the cost of 5 times what one single mission would cost you.
Bro, this game is so dead that the news of them getting an expansion didn't even reach me. Like, nobody cares. Bethesda, you are scumbags, and I understand that you're gonna milk this shit for every drop possible, but individually charging for a mission for a dog shit game that came incomplete, that was rinse repeat content throughout the entire game, are you kidding me? I mean, again, not surprised by any stretch of the imagination, but if you're out there defending Bethesda, shame on you. 100%, you are a part of the problem.
It's gross. Don't stop pre-ordering Bethesda games. Stop
pre-ordering if you're gonna bitch about it. That's my thing, dude. Like, spend your money how you want to spend your money.
It's one thing to bitch, though. It's another thing to like vehemently defend the game just because you already spent the money because you're a moron before it came out. That's even worse.
That's true.
Way worse, in my opinion.
What is that? Sunken cost fallacy?
100%.
Yeah.
And then they tie, because they already spent the money, they tie it to their own self-worth and their own ability to make decisions in life, which is clearly dog shit.
Oh my gosh.
So I you know, it's beyond frustrating. They're constantly playing devil's advocate on the internet and arguing with people and trying to defend this game. And that's the reason why Bethesda doesn't even bother defending themselves. There's always going to be these people on the internet doing it for them. It is crazy.
And they're
Neckbeards
just
on Reddit, man.
the
Crazy.
product continues to decline. I mean, I know that the Fallout series was good and we have the Elder Scrolls series and all that stuff, but all of those games are the same exact game in different environments. You have post-apocalyptic RPG, you have, you know, magic and dragons and sword fighting RPG, and then you have futuristic space RPG. Same systems, same shit. It's all just a different skin on the same game for like 20 fucking years now.
I mean, every gaming, there are so few gaming legacies that continue to uphold the standards of old that, you know, this is common. Like, this is just what we can come to expect. If you were once a big household name and you created this crazy rabid fan base, the odds of you still pumping a game that's meaningful 20 years later is little to none. Unless you're Rockstar or From
Software.
Soft, you know, It's like, what are we doing here? Even ones that had great track records for a really long time, like CD Projekt Red, even they fall from grace. I don't know, man. It's rough. It is rough out there.
Not good. Always happy to shit on Bethesda though whenever they
So
do another
true.
dumb thing.
So true.
When did they start going downhill?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. That is correct. That is,
And then how
that is the
many-
beginning of the end. Fallout 76 was probably the most scumbag scandal, like worst handled game release in the history of the world. They lied to their consumer base constantly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't think it's substantiated, go watch the YouTube video, The Fall of 76. It's worth a watch, and it will make you incensed, and you will no longer pre-order Bethesda games for the rest of forever. It will cure you of your disease if you are one of the afflicted.
So if they were on Spoiled Cabbages, the Markstrom and Slum website,
Mhm.
what would Bethesda be right now, like ranking wise?
The cabbage meter.
Yeah, the cabbage meter.
Yeah, I mean, it's cabbage that was good, and then it was consumed and digested and shat out, and now it's rotten and there's flies on it.
So it's almost like Bethesda pre 2018. There's like two Bethesdas on our website.
What? Yeah, one before the entry into the oral orifice of the horse, and then one on the other end. Yep. But Fallout 4, yeah, came out. I mean, what year was that, man? I think it was before 2018, but
we could find that out
I
quick.
could be wrong.
So that's where Bethesda, yeah, that
2015, November 10th of 2015.
Yeah. So Bethesda post 2015, spoiled cabbage.
Not good, man.
Crazy.
Okay.
9 years of ineptitude. It's kind of crazy.
And the worst part is that, you know, listen, they put out Skyrim in 2011.
That was a huge game, wasn't
But
it?
honestly,
Awesome game.
even that was not. It was made with significantly less care than Oblivion. Like, and it was
true.
obvious to anyone that played both. And
That's-
so, like, the beginning of, like, the mastication process of the horse, like, the oral enzymes had already began to break down the lettuce or the cabbage at that point. You understand what I'm saying?
No, you're confusing me with
It
that.
started. It started earlier than 2015 because we already
Oh,
saw degradation.
I see
even
what you're
sooner.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Which is a shame.
Well, here's the thing. I'd have a question about Oblivion and Skyrim then, because
Yeah.
I wasn't really like a gamer. I watched my brother play games
Mhm.
and stuff, but Skyrim came across in like the mainstream, or at least in
Yeah,
my circle,
sure.
way more than Oblivion did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so
I think that's due to the
Gaming was much
modding
bigger
and
then
support
too.
then,
Also,
because it was all like console gaming, right? Wasn't it before PC was gigantic, or what?
so what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like when did gaming was bigger? Maybe because I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just kind of speaking words. You tell me
I
why it
think
was bigger.
Well, I just think that like gaming in general as an industry by
Mm-hmm.
2011, they knew the amount of money that was in it, and they could also like market more heavily.
Oh wait, was Oblivion way before that? Is that what you're saying?
Oblivion's pretty
Yeah,
old,
Oblivion was
Oh, okay.
2008,
Well, that's also why then.
Okay,
6,
Oh,
something like that.
understood.
exactly.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just I
probably
mean,
why.
and you know, like I just think like I remember the way it felt to play both of them for the first time, and I remember having came off of Oblivion to play Skyrim, I was significantly underwhelmed and thought to myself like, this is definitely not as good of an
Dang.
experience.
2006 was
6, yeah.
Oblivion.
And so when I
Dang.
booted Oblivion for the first time, I shit my pants, and that is no stretch of the imagination. I came out of like the sewer system that you start in, and you get up into the world and you start to look around. It's like it's one of those moments, and I use this as my like litmus test. I remember exactly how that felt and thought to myself like, yo, this is the future. I am in the future. This is as next gen as it gets. Like it was just a very awe-inspiring moment. And shit. So you know, the every single game that I play, been a few moments where I will play it and get that same feeling and be like, yeah, this is the Oblivion moment. So
Oh.
I don't know, man. Skyrim didn't do it for me. I definitely saw the start of things like kind of going downhill. Again, whenever you make dog shit games, the lucrative move is to let the modders make it good for you. Yeah, the Bohemia method. It's a classic, and yes, like Abe said, Skyrim mods were massive and still are to this day. Modding community has made that game continue to be worth playing, and that's what they're doing here with Starfield, right? Didn't you say that they're adding some modding,
Yeah,
Abe?
they are, but they're doing it's like Skyrim is modded through Steam Workshop, and that's doing mods through Steam Workshop is so easy for the users to download and install everything in the game. I believe the Starfield Creations Kit or Creators Kit is their own proprietary thing, so they're even taking the fun of modding out by making it their modding system and probably trying to monetize it. I'm sure, and it's gross. It's just gross.
I don't know. I'm always.
Some of these companies are just a plague on the industry, man.
I don't know. I mean, yes, I agree. But also, I'm a big fan of the Steve Jobs method, which is trying to control the whole experience. And that's kind of what that sounds like with their own modding software. Like they know it'll work. They know people won't have issues with it. It'll be fun.
Sure.
Well, I think the problem is that those first two things aren't proven true. The Steve Jobs method works when you continuously put out products that work and the ecosystem's good and their quality.
Okay.
They have been releasing ever since I think they started working on Elder Scrolls Online, their MMO post Oblivion. So it's probably somewhere in like the 2012 range when they started working on it. That's really probably the start of when it started going downhill.
The cabbage started spoiling.
Yeah, because I think they saw subscription revenue from an online game, MMO. I mean, they're still churning out DLC for that game, and I don't even know if anybody plays it. But that game was just awful on arrival, and everything's been bad since.
Ay. Well, that's Bethesda, dude. They're spoiled cabbage now. I don't know. Can you come back from being spoiled cabbage? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of like another company that has gone downhill significantly and have had a positive arc. And I mean, I think we talk a lot about, like I think in this category you think of EA, you think of Ubisoft, you think of
Unity.
different kind of vibe, but yeah.
Yeah. New Balance had a redemption arc, dude.
New Balance has never went away, bro. The kids just stopped. I'm telling you, bro. New Balance is always nice. As someone who had really wide, flat feet, I rocked the New Balance my entire life. I'm 30 years New Balance strong, dude. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
There was another one that's like really prominent. That Activision, right? Blizzard, Treyarch, Call of Duty, like all of these companies, man. I don't think people have continued to make money. Every single one that I just mentioned have continued to make money for the last like 10 years based on the foundation and the hope of the community that maybe this next one is going to be the good one.
Do you before, I don't want to get us too far. I want to move to the next one soon, but do you think it's because some of these companies are not adapting?
Well, it's 100% that they're not adapting, but also because the people who made the games that made the strong foundation for these companies that made them huge gave a shit, and they don't exist anymore. It's not the same people.
Shit.
Everyone who's in charge, and the not only it's part that, but it's also because they've blown up, and they're these like gigantic companies that there's no soul to it. None of the departments, have the right amount of synergy together. They're not working together. They're just looking to like pass the buck, do the job good enough so the person above them sees that that's the case. And it's not towards, they're not working towards this like unified goal. They don't, you know what I mean? Like it's too big. It's unwieldy. It's unmanageable. They don't have the ability to, like, the scope of these projects are massive, but it takes like a special setup to get it right at that level. And you're right. So ultimately they don't adapt to their newfound size and also their newfound management, right? Which are people that's just businessmen who don't give a flying fuck about gaming. And that sucks. So I don't, and that's why we don't see these like redemption arcs at all. I can't think of a single example, which is actually so depressing.
It is depressing.
I might shed a tear or two tonight. Think about that. But that's all right.
We love a good redemption arc.
Yeah,
and it's not that I'm not rooting for them, but Jesus Christ, make something of value. Jesus, it's crazy.
I would love to see a chart of when the downfall of these companies and when they went public, because I bet the correlation is close to 1.
It's massive.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, they have to almost be directly correlated.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all about quarterly projection. We have shareholders. We gotta keep pumping. And we'll worry about the long term in the long term. Brutal.
You're
right, Slum?
Bethesda is a private company.
Yeah, they're not all public. But Bethesda is owned by Microsoft. So
yep, basically the same thing.
Same thing.
That's hilarious. I think that wraps it, man. I think that wraps that section.
I'm depressed, Abe. You got anything? I need to pick me up, Abe. What do you got?
Yeah, we gotta get positive.
We'll jump ahead a little bit then. This is really
Let me just scroll past all these.
Not that one either. No, we'll save that for next week.
This is actually pretty cool, and it involves the video game space still. But for those of you that are in the UK and Ireland, right, and you need a job, okay. Which our buddy Chucktown Tiger apparently just got a job. Congrats, Chuck! But also he should have applied for this. In the realm of Roblox, Ikea is hiring people at actual jobs to run their online Roblox Ikea store. So you have a job progression that includes things like moving furniture around departments, helping out in the showroom, serving virtual meatballs in the bistro. So this is a real thing. It is restricted to people over 18. So even though it's predominantly a kids game, you have to be 18 or older to apply. And they're not the first major retailer to utilize Roblox as a store. Walmart has done stuff to sell virtual items too. But yeah, if you need a job, they're paying over 15 euros an hour. for these jobs. So you could be an online Roblox IKEA retailer.
Are they selling virtual products for the game of Roblox? Or are they selling their real life products through a storefront online?
So Walmart was selling real world items in its
Okay.
online store.
Okay.
I don't know what IKEA is doing. I think it's the same thing. Because I just don't understand how you could possibly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy from that guy, dude. Something's wrong with his face.
Yeah.
You got an
he
image?
doesn't have a
What do we
nose.
got?
That guy's
Yeah.
he's missing eyes. Or are those his eyes?
Those are his eyes. I think he doesn't have eyebrows. Sorry, I got dogs barking.
That's
I don't know if
okay.
you guys heard that. But
Another curious thing that I'm curious about is, okay, I love this idea. Like it's awesome. How are they going to get people there? Like, how are they driving traffic to IKEA stores? You know,
What
like,
do you mean? You go. So you log into Roblox on your computer. You go to the virtual store. You have an interaction. You're helped virtually by a character in there. You pick out what you want, and then it gets shipped to your house. Do you need someone to go to a store?
I get that. No, I get that. I'm saying, all right, let's play this out. The user flow.
Sure.
Are people browsing IKEA.com and they see, check us out in Roblox? You could buy directly in Roblox. Oh, okay, I'll sign up. Or are they expecting people
How
in
do they
Roblox
funnel to the Roblox experience?
How do they drive traffic into the virtual IKEA store?
Well, it sounds like you should be the IKEA store manager in the Roblox world.
Absolutely
and that could
not,
be your
dude.
initiative.
I hate that store. So, I mean, you got decent stuff. It's not quality
Swedish
by
meatballs?
any stretch.
Yeah, the meatballs are
Slum
good.
will go crazy on those meatballs.
You know what is? I give them a lot of props for having the map, the floor map that tells you where to go, and they take you through everything, and you can't leave, bro. You could try to cut through a couple walls,
Locked in.
You know you're seeing a big majority of that store before you're out.
It may as well be like one of those Disney rides with the slow moving car that takes you through the
That
experience.
would be nice, man.
Yeah.
Sing me a
'cause you
song, put a little blower on.
No, because you got to stop, and if you want to get a planter or something, you got to pick it up. And like, has this planter
No,
nice?
you just need the item number. You could even turn it interactive. You know how they have those like games.
It's the
at the
Buzz
boardwalk and
Lightyear
stuff where you
game,
shoot
and
the
then you're
laser?
scanning the
Yeah.
barcode, bro.
Yeah, you're scanning the barcode. There you go.
We're
you gotta
in.
hit it.
You guys are gonna live in the pod, bro. I need more.
I'm
I need
just-
more than that.
That sounds great.
I know it does for you. Here's the next question. So you asked a similar question. You said, are they selling virtual items in Roblox or virtual items that are going to be shipped to your thing? Not only that, but is the guy going to be like, check out this couch, and it's all blocky, but is he going to have a little clipboard that he holds in front of you, and it's the actual like image? And it's like, what color do you want? You swipe it.
I think Roblox doesn't it does not limit itself to Roblox style graphics. There's things in Roblox now that are, well, no, like, I mean, sure, we can call it that, but like Roblox has their own like visual aesthetic for the base game. But there's so much modding in Roblox that you can have an experience that looks out of this world. Kind of thing UEFN. Think like, yeah, like absolute, like not everything in UEFN looks like it's Fortnite. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
So
because it's
Roblox is the same thing now. They're literally just using that engine to make things that look crazy. So why not have it be a,
I get that, but what's the
photorealistic image of? No, I mean seriously,
I don't know if it goes that deep, dude.
It's closer than your blocky image of the thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
I think you get a legit idea.
That guy is not Minecraft graphic. Like, that guy's round, so I get it.
That guy's freaking me out, and I took him off the screen.
That guy's for sure freaking me out.
We can get rid of him.
Can we see, before we go too far off that topic, can we see the most beautiful Roblox build ever? Abe, could you find something like that? Like, I don't even know what we'd search, but how crazy can it get? Where I'll look at a virtual couch and I'll be like, I want that. That's fine. I don't need to see a real life picture because that's close enough. You know what I mean? Like, there's little intricacies. What's the fabric? How is it corduroy? Can I feel it?
Most
know.
realistic Roblox.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That's what I searched for. I got this. One of these stupid click-through lists. Let me see.
I mean, everything I see in Roblox looks like dog shit.
I mean, I'm looking at things that are photorealistic, like swamps and jungles and stuff.
Really?
All right, I got here. This is called Paris Showcase built in Roblox.
It says 360, or is this guy just going around?
It's 360.
Okay, I mean that's doable. You can accept a virtual couch in that type of graphic.
You wouldn't pick out your
for
Svergen
sure.
off of this? Yeah.
I'd eat some meatballs in there for sure.
That's a funny thing. Like,
you do miss out on that part of the experience.
You do for sure.
No,
I usually get the hot dog
lingonberry.
though. Huh?
The hot dog. It's not Costco.
He's in Lowe's, dude. Leave him alone.
There's no hot dogs in Lowe's.
Yes, there is.
What Lowe's are you going to? You guys suck it out of a garden hose? What are you talking about, bro?
I had this reaction too, but apparently this is a thing. I got yelled at by chat.
Oh wait, isn't it a guy who started with a hot dog stand and now they're putting them in? Yeah, I heard about this too.
Yes, Bamantha is a massive Lowe's hot dog stand.
I bet she is.
Imagine.
No. I bet this is going to be successful.
I think it will be too. And I mean, you know,
I love the idea of shopping on my computer.
I know you do.
You know I do, bro.
I know.
I gotta put on clothes and leave and then drive and sit in traffic and then walk through the store where there's no shortcuts.
I'm just interested on how they're gonna get people in there, because if you're a first timer on the Ikea website, then they're asking you create the account, blah blah blah, or maybe you just go. Your Ikea account is basically a Roblox account. You click the button and you're in.
Launches.
If they streamline it like that, dude, done deal. But if you
visit our virtual store, that's all you got to click this link.
Or just shop the virtual way, or shop our new virtual experience, and it's one button, and that's it, dude. No creating accounts, no nothing. The guy greets you immediately.
They probably hit it from both sides. So it's that, and then it's also you're on Roblox, and they're like, "We're doing a thing with Ikea."
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. What kind of desk you got that computer on, kid? Send your parents to Ikea to get a new one.
Or they drop a gigantic promo, like something a money's worth off of your first order, or like a free mouse or something.
Buy it through the store; it's cheaper.
I think it's gonna do great. I'm excited. We gotta check in on it. Let's go in there together.
We'll check back in on this one. I'd also like some what is that? Is it Indeed where you talk about like how good a company, or is that
that's
a
Glassdoor?
Job search? I'd love to know some reviews from being a virtual IKEA employee and what that's like.
How hard could that be, dude? Come on.
13 euros an hour, it said. That's not bad.
Bro. And why do you have
Still
to live
customer
somewhere?
service. When was the last time you got good customer service? They're only operating in...
Never.
You see what I mean?
Been so long.
Stores.
Been so long that I forgot what customer service is. It's terrible out there, guys. Don't let that affect you, though.
It's not affecting me. It's not affecting me.
Have the SpongeBob outlook.
Gotta work. All right. Let's check back in on that. What else we got?
We will. All right. So this one also is actually very cool, in my opinion, at least. We're gonna go to the medical world. We always like to bring up every once in a while some pretty cool new medical research, and this one takes us to Japan. So there is an institute in Japan that is part of, let me look up the exact name of the hospital so I don't mess it up, the Kitano Hospital in Osaka. And this medical research group has been doing studies, and they're moving to human trials on a new drug that could help you regrow teeth.
Nice. That's big.
But like, what? All right, keep going. I got questions.
Well, so our teeth are in our body is essentially the same physical compounds as our bones. And as you know, if you've ever broken a bone, your bones can regenerate, your teeth cannot. So they've been doing a study on an antibody known as USAG1, so uterine associated gene 1, and that has been shown to inhibit the growth of teeth in ferrets and mice. So they've created a drug, I think, that essentially blocks this antibody and allows your teeth to then begin regenerating, and has shown to be able to regenerate teeth in ferrets. And I did look this up. They are a type of animal that has very similar dental patterns to humans, which is why they're positive about moving on to the human study portion.
Cool.
So I know they're similar to bone, but they're also different. Like there's enamel on teeth, and that's what you don't get back. You get one go at the enamel, and that as of now, I'm saying.
Well, there's things that outside of the regrowth of teeth now regrow enamel. We have those compounds that are already in things that you can buy as a human, and it will regenerate enamel.
Is that real? Because
I mean, as far as I know, that's been a thing for. I mean, in the science world, it's been a thing for probably like 10 years, but I think there's products for like the last 5 years on that front.
Well, my buddy works at like a very nice. I'd not be able to afford this place. She just gets me in there. A very nice orthodontist, dentist, all that stuff. And who knows? Maybe they just tell me there's no products for enamel growth because they want me to keep them. But I'm not giving them money anyway. So like that, I'm not making them money. But they say like enamel is a one-time thing, man. As it goes, you're not getting it back. But maybe if they could grow, if it can grow back, like that's fire. I'd love to know about it.
Yeah, this is I don't think we can comprehend how big this would be worldwide. We have pretty good standards of dental care in the United States, but across the globe, dental care is not
across the
it's a
pond.
whole new thing.
Yeah, all those tea and crimpets really mess up the teeth, and this is something that can restore livelihood to a lot of people, and really interested. I'll keep tracking this one as well, because if this does work, as you can see in the title, they're expecting that they could go out to humans with this outside of their trials by the year 2030.
Sick.
So let's keep this on tabs, and then I'd also like to check in on people who've been getting these veneers. Like not everyone's just getting veneers, and you have to upkeep that. I think some are like 20 years, some are like 10, depending on how crazy expensive you're getting. Some do terrible jobs and they just ruin your teeth. I feel like there's gonna be a boom in people just having their mouth destroyed by these veneers. So I want to keep that in the loop.
Hopefully
as well.
they'll be able to regrow those veneers in the future then with this new technology, or regrow what's under the veneers, because don't you shave down your teeth?
There's different things, but a lot of people do, yeah. And you get like these little like nubs.
That sounds
it's crazy. Yeah.
I'd be so freaked out to know that.
They look good though.
Some look good.
Some look good. Some go crazy, big and white. And I'm like,
yeah, like the unnatural. They got like
your teeth, dude. Yeah, and they go super white. It's like, yeah, anything too perfect is weird.
You got to juice them down a little bit.
Juice them down a little bit. I know it seems counterintuitive, spending $20K and not getting the pearly white, but it's like, it's too perfect.
It's kind of like obvious plastic surgery, right? When someone gets something that clearly looks not right, then your eyes lock in on that.
Yep.
And you don't notice anything else.
That's like when I saw Markstrom a year later than the last time I saw him, and he was a couple inches taller. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Something's not right.
Shin implants.
You were 4'9" and now you're 5'2", dude. Something's going on here. I don't feel good right now. Just standing next to you, it's weird. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable.
6 inches is a lot of growth
in 1 year, dude.
Yeah,
crazy. All right,
no comment. Be the bigger man today. No comment. You know I have a fake tooth.
Excuse me?
I have a fake tooth.
Do you have a fake tooth? Where?
Towards the front. This one right here, and the bottom. You'd never know.
Is it the canine or next to it, closer in the middle? Okay.
Did you knock one out, or did you have to get like a root canal or something?
Yeah, it got a bit. Yeah, I mean, I got a root canal,
dude.
And then they put a post where the root was, and then they put the top on the bottom half that was still there. And I remember when I had it done long ass time ago, they dyed it. Like they changed the color from crazy white to the rest of my teeth. And because of that, you would never know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's always looked pretty good. And maybe eventually I'll have to like do something with it, but it's been a long time. It's hanging on,
Damn.
chilling.
I got
crazy.
one too. I wish I could say
Wait,
it was
hold on.
baseball. I think
That-
Laffy Taffy took mine out.
Wait, that is crazy. That is crazy, Markstrom. That's crazy that you lost a tooth as a water boy. It's fucking wild. How'd that happen? Abe, you gotta let me go, dude. If I'm trying to get something in
I didn't know
there.
you were rizzing him. I didn't know you were gonna rizz him, you know?
Riz? What the
Raz.
what? Oh my
Raz,
god.
sorry,
What are we
Raz.
talking
Abe's
here?
old, dude.
Sorry.
He
I'm old, dude.
doesn't.
Trying to learn these how these kids
That's
talk
Raz.
so I can be cool on the
Very
internet.
different.
Gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, the Laffy Taffy's dangerous. The Juju Bees pulled out my filling more than once, and my dentist was like, "Can't do that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Can't do it."
Yeah, mine was just a deep cavity.
Juju Bees the next day. I know you.
Never stop. Dude.
Never stop.
Dude, it's good to be back.
Great to be back.
I had a wonderful time.
Other than
Well,
some of the bullshit he said.
what I know there's a lot of exciting stuff that happened and that is happening. Tell us about it. Tell us about some cool stuff either that just happened or is happening.
Cool stuff, man. So many good things happened at DreamHack. What a fun time. Highly recommend DreamHack as a destination for gaming industry. If you want a convention that's still about gaming, shout out DreamHack, man. They're killing it. A lot of fun. Definitely not my last DreamHack, so catch me at one in the future. Also going to be at TwitchCon this year. Looking forward to that. The trip's in September. Right now, we're kicking it on GTA RP. Having a lot of fun on Purple RP. Shout out Purple server. Been great. A lot of great characters. Recently, there's a new resident of Los Santos to keep an eye out for. That as a character, I think you guys will like a lot. You'll probably catch him somewhere around Chuck Tiger in the future here, the next couple of days. Other than that, launched a brand new Counter-Strike server for the community. Been having fun playing that. It's a gun game server right now. You can find that if you go to twitch.tv/Markstrom and type !CS server in the chat. Be able to connect to it there. Other than that, same old, keep on keeping on. And again, twitch.tv/Markstrom, because he's going to ask me, and I'm going to preempt it. There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Abe, how about you?
Well, first off, I'd like to say what a nice shirt you're wearing, Slum. I don't know where you got that from, but that could also be found over at twitch.tv/Markstrom. Make content, not war.
Skip a step.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't even need. That's right. You don't need to go to. Go ahead, Mark. Why don't you give the other link?
MarkstromTV.com.
that's fire. And Abe, I'm actually going to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Abe, relax.
For you listeners out there on anything that's not YouTube, listening to this after we're live, sorry, but you're going to have to bear with us for a couple seconds because I'm going to do a pivot. How can I give away a shirt right now to anyone that's paying attention? Because it's only going to be these people right now. Can we do that?
Sure.
Let's do it. I want to do it right now. So if you're here right now, stay here because there's going to be no competition. There's not a lot of competition for this shirt right now.
Okay.
So let's freaking do it.
I know how to do this.
Okay.
I have put in to our plugged chat a number between 1 through 10. The first person to guess that number, while only guessing one number, is going to be the winner of a new piece of merch.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Where's this number? So I know. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, you do.
Come on. Come on now. There you go. What do you got? What are the numbers? What are the numbers? Come on.
I think we have a winner.
Do you?
It looks like we have a. It looks like we have a winner.
Look at that.
There you go. Go ahead. Who do we got?
Well, actually, it depends. I might have the
This is your
number wrong.
giveaway.
We have. Well, how can I was going to do it in your chat so that I don't have to do anything but buy the shirt. Now what? How am I going to do this?
We'll make it work.
All
Don't
right.
worry about
I mean, the number was 7. And I'll tell you what, this guy deserves it.
Yeah.
Nuno, you deserve. I know you bought one already, so you get to have another one. but you've been crushing it. I know you've been hitting me up and helping me out on the back end, so thank you. You deserve it. You all deserve it.
You heard it here
Unfortunately, one
first,
person.
chat. All you gotta do is crush out Slum's back end, and you too can win some free merch.
Maybe we'll do it another time before it ends. It is wrapping soon, so get in there and get some merch soon. And who knows, maybe next week, if it doesn't end before that, I'll give away another shirt. Maybe. We'll see. Abe, go ahead. Continue.
Oh, well, so other than, those fantastic new pieces of apparel that are available, I still will be moderating the stream as usual. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Markstrom. In addition to that, there may be another new character in the Purple RP universe somewhat soon. All I'm going to say is make sure you have your fishing licenses and your hunting licenses, or else you might catch a ticket.
Fucking hate Rangers, dude.
But yeah, that's what I got going on right now. I'm just excited to be back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Abe.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, sorry for the vacation.
No worries.
Typical.
Don't let it happen again.
Fucking typical. Oh my god. My name is Slum or Dom. You know me. We do this podcast every week unless Markstrom has a baby or Abe goes on vacation. And we have a freaking blast doing it. I have a great time. And I'll tell you what, I can probably speak for all of us when I say we want to share this great time with as many people as we can. So if you would kindly share this video on YouTube share the link with your mom, with your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your sister, whoever. You never know. They might give a little subscribe just to support, and it'll come up in their news feed, and they'll enjoy it. They'll have a good time. So really, share this if you can. And also, would you kindly subscribe on YouTube if you're not subscribed? Follow us on Spotify. We're on there again. Someone called me out, and now we're on our stuff again. And also, we do giveaways like we just did as the first giveaway. But I'm expecting we do more, so you might want to stick around. Come through. Come through. I also moderate at Markstrom channel, so you'll catch me in there as well. But this has been another wonderful, wonderful episode of the Plugged Podcast. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.